It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day and day 4 of what was going to be a 5-day project but is now turned into a 6-day project in Del Mar Highlands. This client had some extremely mature landscape removed and stumps ground, and the guys that did it wreaked havoc on all of the irrigation pipes, and we ran into a lot of difficulties today. Greg had hoped to get going on the lights, but he spent the first half of the day fixing another irrigation disaster. So, anywho, it's all part of the game, and it's all good. So another really interesting thing with this job that's cool is I broke it into 2 phases. So we're going to take a little bit of a beat for a couple of days next week before tackling phase 2, which is the front yard and the courtyard where Hannah's standing. And I mean, we are burning through plants like you would not believe. So these cutouts in here, I may just roll this into the second phase, because you'll see in the back we still have one really long flower bed to do, and we've got a significant amount of plant material. These beds are just going to be filler plants. You're not going to really see them except, you know, when you're taking out the trash cans or whatever, so it doesn't have to be fancy, but we do want it to be, you know, to be thoughtful. We got a lot done today though, huh guys? I did, the first half of the day, I did tapestry work while Hannah and the guys laid out all of the flagstone. And we did come up a little short. We need about 20 more pieces. But it was important to get that done so that we would know if we did need more, so Greg could pick it up in the morning. So we rolled out weed barrier fabric because we like to put our pathways on fabric. Not so much to prevent weeds, because, you know, weeds are life, but it kind of helps the stones not sink in the substrate quite as fast. So, yeah, that got done while I did. There's one of the tapestries that I did, and the little mammillaria in the orange pot is so fresh. I'm loving that. Yes, and I did want to ask our homeowner if she likes fiberglass. That's a really subjective decision. So I do, but not everybody does. Some people think it looks like a disco ball, like that's a bad thing. But anywho, so I will text our homeowner and inquire about that. We weren't able to get the fountain going today because of the holdup with the irrigation, but that should get handled tomorrow. The second half of the day, the guys and Hannah were able to help me with the planting. So, I mean, we really were able to tear in. Oh, we forgot to plant that mammillaria. Look at this back wall, right? I mean, doesn't it look so pretty? We did groupings of mostly jade and some kalanchoe and some echeveria blue atoll. We didn't run thick through here because that felt like we would be defying the third R of the 3 R's, which of course is restraint. So we just did groupings. This is the bed that we're going to need to knock out tomorrow, which it's not really that big, especially since, you know, Petalanthus is going to go in this tall space right there. So who knows? We might just make it. Also, I did move this Dazzlerian longissimum back about 2 feet. I got to looking and thinking about its potential, and I just didn't want it encroaching on the stream, or on the drive. Oh my gosh, on the pathway. Also, the rostrata, the yucca rostrata. Some of you were concerned that it would block the view of the fountain from the kitchen window, but it's not going to, so don't worry about that. Yeah, it's going to be fine. It's also an exceedingly slow grower, and absolute worst case scenario, we move it in 4 or 5 years. No biggie. I just love it right where it's at. I know on video too, it was reported that this garden looks a lot bigger than it really is.
It is big though.
It is big, deceptively so. But guys, don't the flagstones look so good? You know, you can do DG pathways, you can do gravel pathways, and those are two really good options. But the flagstone just looks so rich. And I think Greg did an absolutely masterful job of choosing the color. Look how well it goes with the wall. You know, it just makes that wall pop and look so much better. Also, look how good the creeping fig looks over here on this fence line. Doesn't that look so good now against all the plants? So hopefully the neighbors will continue to water it, because that's actually their plant. And yeah, I mean, we locked in on our patio setup here. We will be putting these chairs on gravel, not flagstone. That just looks too clunky. And what other side? Oh my gosh, yes, the piece de resistance. What Kevin and Mel worked on the last hour and a half, I'd say, of the day. Wait till you guys see this. It is so gorgeous. Well, first off, you know, we just kept it simple and did some crassula undulata in this very, very narrow bed here. This will make a really beautiful succulent hedge when they all fill in. And then there's the passion vine too, it's going to extend across this part of the fence. So yeah, this feels really, really good. But this is what Mel and Kevin worked on. Isn't this stunning? We needed to go full in here because this fence is such a hot mess at the base. So I didn't want to leave any gaps. They've got some rotten boards and big ugly roots, and there's just so much going on here. So we've got the portulacarias to spill over the edge, and they just look at these textures. They pulled in some beautiful pieces of rubble, the jasper purple. Isn't this a stunning echeveria? It looks so good in there, doesn't it?
They really built up too, so that's something people can keep in mind when planting in small areas. Like, look right here, Mom.
Yes, Hannah was saying how the guys raised, elevated the soil as well. Not against the fence, but just in the middle part of this, which gives you an extra 6 to 8 to even sometimes 12 inches of gratification.
And the rubble comes in too to help.
Yeah, and the rubble comes in to kind of break it up, give the eye somewhere to rest. But those elevations are what gives you the undulations and the movement in the design. So,
the designer.
Oh, and here's the designer now. Hi, Kevin. Yeah, so look at it from here, Han.
Okay,
That's kind of a neat perspective too. It's just so cool. I mean, everywhere you look, it's just so beautiful. Look at that over there. Isn't that pretty? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm so pleased with the bougainvillea. I think, the client, they understand that they're messy and they accept that. It's just going to be such a stunning addition to the succulent landscape. So be sure and tune in tomorrow for more fun and games. We are going to be hopefully getting the fountain installed and finishing up with this irrigation and the planting against the house. Greg will get going on the lights, and yeah, if we get really, really lucky, we might even get some top dressing done tomorrow. So thanks so much for all of your comments and your input and your encouragement, for viewing, for subscribing, for sharing all of these videos with your succulent loving friends. I appreciate you all so much. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with Day 4 in Del Mar Highlands and your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.